In today's lesson, we're working on slope-intercept form, which is the formula you see in front of you there, y equals mx plus b. So make sure you write that down. Now let's break this down. The x and the y are just the ordered pair that you've always been familiar with, x and y, okay? Nothing new. The m is new, and that represents the slope, and the b variable represents the y-intercept. We've already discussed slope, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in detail here. But let's look into that y-intercept. What is a y-intercept? Y-intercept is the y-coordinate of the point where a line crosses the y-axis. Might sound a little confusing, but this is all it means. If you had a line here and you were asked to find the y-intercept, all you would want to do is look for where this line crosses the y-axis. Well, remember the y-axis is the vertical line, so where does it cross the y-axis? At positive 2, so the y-intercept is simply 2. Now if you were asked to go further and write the equation of this line, not only would you need the y-intercept, you would also need the slope. So in order to find the slope of the line, we want to figure out another point on the graph. So we could choose this point, we could choose this point, we could choose this point, any of those. I chose the point right there. So in order to find the slope, remember that we count rise over run. And I prefer to always start on the left, so if I start here, I need to rise by going down 2. 1, 2. Since we are going down, it would be a negative 2. And then we need to run to the right, 1, 2, 3, which would be positive 3. So the slope is negative 2/3. And then to write the equation, you would simply put the negative 2/3 in place of m, and you would put the 2 in place of b, and it would look like this. Y equals negative 2/3 x plus 2. Now let's do the opposite way. If I give you the equation and tell you to graph it, y equals 3x minus 1. Well, remember there's 2 bits of information you need to pull from this. First of all, the y-intercept, which in this case, be careful, is a negative 1, because the formula is y equals mx plus b. So if that's a minus or a negative, that means that the y-intercept is negative. Then in order to find the slope, we just look in place of the m here, which is 3. But in order to graph slope, you want it to be a fraction, so always change that slope to a fraction, which would clearly be 3 over 1. And so then when we go to our graph here, first we want to graph the y-intercept. So remember our y-axis is right here. So we want to go to negative 1, and we would put a point right on negative 1 on the y-axis. Then our slope is positive 3 over positive 1. So the top number tells you the rise. So since it's positive, we'll go up. The bottom number tells you to run, so left or right. And since this is positive, we'll go to the right. So we'll count 3 lines up. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 to the right, and put a point right there. The last step, all you need is 2 points to make a line, so the last step would just be to draw your line, and that's it. And that's all for today, guys. Bye.